Alrighty, back to Malibu I go. This angle's not very comfortable. Headed to DDA's house, get a workout. Sarah's behind me. Our friend Brad's meeting us, so should be a fun one. But I wanted to talk about this weekend a little bit and hallucinogenics. Still got them blues. Anyways, so yeah, I wanted to talk about this weekend and all the drugs I did. I've gotten a lot of responses on that. Oh my god, it's so beautiful here. It's insane. So yeah, I was supposed to go to a festival and it got canceled. And look at this. Peace. Wow. Alright. So it's supposed to get, it got canceled, and it's a fucking corona, and so my friends had a mini one at their house, and like, I don't know if you've never been to a festival before, but it's pretty common, drugs will be taken there. And Coachella especially is known for people who don't typically take drugs will take drugs. But I've always slightly experimented since I was young with it. I've had periods of time I was sober with Pat, and even my parents were pretty strict. I was sober in high school once when I got caught and stuff. But a lot of feedback on TikTok. People think I'm an addict, and I think I took a total of a dab of acid this weekend. So, and maybe a 1 Molly total. So yeah, I'm microdosing, took mushrooms, and look, drinking gives me a stomach ache. It doesn't make me feel good. Makes my stomach hurt. I gain weight immediately from it. And, I believe that acid and mushrooms are going to be the new weed. It was used back, acid was used back in the day for therapy. So it's kind of like we're heading that way again. But I've had some people ask me about tips about not panicking and anxiety. And I have to be honest, I struggle with that. And that's something I am trying to work through, using those things, because I used to have that when I would smoke weed. I had that same reaction, but I had to realize that I'm an adult. I'm allowed to get high. I'm allowed to use, and there's nothing for me to hide. And sometimes I wonder if it's because I don't, there's times where you're just gonna microdose, and there's times you're gonna full send. So I don't know, is it I want to act sober when I'm with Pat and not admit that I'm on it, even though he's totally cool with it. But I definitely feel I work through some of that, and breathing really helps. When you start to let the negative thoughts come in. I always hear our buddy DDA talk about how it's ego. A lot stems from ego, and I still have a hard time attaching to that idea, but it's just I start to let these thoughts come in, and then I'm uncomfortable, my skin's uncomfortable, I need panic, and it's just lay down and breathe. And I started to kind of have a moment of that this weekend, and luckily my friends have a stuffed animal room, which was very helpful. And I went and I just took deep breaths in and deep breaths out, and just relaxed myself, and just thought positive stuff. There's nothing to be panicked about. Turns out in that instance, I actually had heartburn. So once I took my Mo Better Belly, you can check my other video I posted, what supplements I take. It really helps me with my stomach when I'm having heartburn and stuff. So yeah, it was just from some seasonings from dinner. I wasn't actually having anxiety this time, but it is something I've struggled with, and that's why I really like microdosing, because you don't get such crazy visuals. You just giggle and have fun and no hangover the next day. And I just wish there wasn't such a negative connotation with the word, drugs. Obviously, there's one side of it, crack and meth, and that stuff's gnarly, but we're talking about peaceful, loving drugs done in a microdose. And I'm not talking about the kind of microdose where people do 2 days on, 2 days off, I believe it is. Although I am considering it. I've said in that video, Wake Up With Me, that I take Adderall for my ADD on days, like if I'm working and I need, like paperwork's really hard for me, or if I need to be busy, if I need to like be on schedule behind the chair and stuff, like I'll take it for help. And I don't like it. I don't like how it makes me feel. I feel like I don't have a personality. I don't feel like I am myself. And there was a video on TikTok of me and Pat's business partner and our good friend Tim. We took mushrooms, and it was like the first time we microdosed. I actually was motivated to do unemployment. So, and I have seen this documentary, Take Your Pills, and it talks about how people can use mushrooms to stop taking Adderall. I just feel like it's natural, it's nature. It's not like made in a lab. So everything in moderation. It makes me sad that so many people think I'm a drug addict, and maybe I smoke weed every day and I shouldn't. I don't know. It doesn't seem like my life's unmanageable, and only I'm the one that can decide if I'm an addict or not. But there's just so many benefits from these things. I wish some people could be more open-minded and understanding. But yeah, leave a comment. What else do you want to know about hallucinogenics? You can always take more. That's the biggest thing. I'd always rather start with like super less. And know your limits. That's one thing. Someone will say, here, take this, and I'm like, I think I should take less. No, you'll be fine. I always wish I took less. You can always add more. I'm a little girl. But thanks you guys so much for watching, tuning in again, and subscribing. I really am like so grateful for all of you, and I'm so open to make videos of anything that you want to see or know. And I can't wait to start posting like hair stuff once I can work again. But peace, love you, thank you guys.